Alright, so, round 1, this was against Zero Sven. I've played against him a few times. Originally, I thought they were on the Mardu Stoneblade deck, but they were actually something else. So, this matchup was against Rug Prowess, and it was a pretty interesting take on the Blue-Eye Prowess deck, but they were splashing green for Traverse the Uvenwald. This from the challenge? No, that's why I'm going over the replays, GGX. I decided to take the day off. I just wasn't feeling it. And like me playing the challenge was actually quite last minute, so that's why I didn't stream the challenge. Looks like my internet is shitting itself again, or maybe not. I don't know. All right. So let's go ahead and start this replay here. So, okay. So as you can see here, I'm level 5. This went by really quickly actually. But as you guys saw, like those two hands were not keepable. But we ended up keeping this hand here. Then that's how, you know. Yup, exactly. GDX gets it. All right. So yeah. So here I bottomed the Karn just because I want to be want to be more focused towards just casting Titan, and I cast the Summoner's Pact. I bottomed the Summoner's Pact. So yeah. So here, Foothills, fetch. I just got basic forest because I just need to do that. And so here, I just assumed that my opponent was on Blue-Eye Prowess. We went ahead, cast a Dryad. Said go. Unfortunately, we were missing a land drop for a little bit here. Here, I'll just do this. Yeah, so opponent goes one drop. Yep, block. They dart it. Grazer dies. Play land. We put Grazer just as a blocker. And then here's where we see this thing. So this is interesting. We can see here like all these weird cards in my opponent's deck. Like we have so many weird things here. Like we have the Traverse, we have the Goblin Gorge, you have main deck Vapor Snag, which is interesting. My opponent's deck was very, very cool. Yeah, so we block here. They Tarfire us, which is interesting. So we explore looking for land drop. So one thing that I think here, it might have been correct to cast the Dryad as we were in a pretty bad position either way. We probably would have had the block with the Dryad, and that would have bought like not a whole lot of time. I believe I died this turn, and so I think in this scenario, I think casting Spore was correct because we probably weren't winning anyway. Because if we block with Dryad, we're probably we're not going to be able to cast Titan next turn anyway unless he drew exactly Castle. So it's possible that playing the Dryad here may have been correct and just hoping that we spike Castle is correct, but I'm not sure. I think casting Spore was maybe right. Yeah, suppose Morphos, Traverse into Swiftspear for 1 drop, and then Firebolt us, and we died. Alright. So, game 2, sideboarding, can we... Yeah, so sideboarding here, what I did was I cut the Ghost Quarter and the Ancient Stirrings for 2 copies of Dismember, and also cut the Karns. Karn in this matchup is not as great as because it's very, very difficult to protect Karn's matchup. I think this was the only time I boarded out Karn in the tournament. Did you in the cyber already? Oh right. Yeah. You're right. So I cut the So what happened was I cut the Karns for what did I cut them for? I cut them for Worm Coil, Explosives, and the 2 copies of Dismember plus Stirrings. So we brought in 2 Dismember, Worm Coil, 2 EE, and cut the 4 Karns and Stirrings. So this 7 was interesting. So this was actually the point where, so if we look in chat, this was actually the point where I realized that the Hydra was in my deck. And yeah. This was a really funny one. I wish I was streaming this so I could have actually shown that. Yeah, let me just edit the chat here. I believe that should be good. Perfect. All right. So, looking at the 7 on the play, we actually kept the 7. I think in hindsight on the play, it might have been better to ship the 7, actually. So, the reason why I am thinking about actually shipping the 7 is because we are really so we don't have a turn 1 land, untap land for our amulet, which would have, like, if we had that would have left us out to drawing bounce land and possibly going for turn 3 win here. And so I think that I actually should have shipped this hand, but in classic house fashion, this hand was a little loose, but we kept it anyway, and we just drew out of it, and my opponent didn't kill us and we won the game. So yeah, 1-1 here, play field. So drawing Grazer here is actually a really, really good draw, because now I get to, do all this, play Grazer, have a blocker, fix all this. Like, so this actually worked out quite well for us. We block, the Tarfire, it dies. We played Dryad, we said go. And now, of course, if we draw Bounce End or Vestige, we win the game. Of course, I did not block here. There just wasn't a reason to. They could not Vapor Snack us, so I didn't block. They bolt us. We did that. We played Dryad. We played Grazer. Now we're pretty good. Even drop. Yeah, we should have shipped it. So yeah, so here like they just like kind of just like dirt around, like they just played all their things. I block, and of course we drew land and we killed them. Yeah, got Burrow's Slayers. That I like. Okay, yeah, my opponent. Yeah, I was responding to my opponent in chat here. Or the replay like froze. Yeah, looks like the replay froze. Yep. All the hydras in here, boys. Yeah, so it looks like the replay froze, but yeah, so I just wrong the replay here. But here I went Garrison. I hasted the Titan. I got Valakut plus. I believe I got Valakut plus fetch land here, or I went Valakut plus bounce land, or Valakut Vasuva on. No, I'm not sure why I did it. I think I went Valakut fetch land just to kill them, or it just didn't really matter. So yeah, that's what happened in that game. Then game 3. So, looking at the 7 here, so we have turn 1 Grazer and on bounce in. No, it's no, dude. I am taking all the jokes, dude. All the Hydra jokes today. But so looking at the 7, we have turn 1 Grazer and onto turn 1 bounce land. We have outs to drawing a an answer to a creature or or like an explorer or a dryad. So I believe I actually ended up keeping this hand. Yeah, so we drew the amulet, so his hand actually got a lot better. Yeah, so we took 2 here. So here I actually punted. So let me just so we'll go through the like remainder of the turn. So here I actually put the vestige in play. This was 100% a punt. I should not have done this. What I should have done was what I ended up doing was I put a vestige in play, and I made black, and I dismembered the Soulscar Mage. Or no, the Spread Dragon. This was a misplay. In this scenario, I should have just put Slayers back in play, and I should have just dismembered and taken the 2 extra life. The reason being, if I draw something like Grazer or Azusa, I am not able to haste my Titan. So, which actually ended up happening. Which actually something that ended up happening. My next draw step here was the Azusa, and I was not able to haste my Titan, which was super, super awkward. And so yeah, exactly. So yeah, in this scenario, this was just really poor sequencing, and I should have just played Slayers here. Looks like... Alright, Ripper's good. Yep, I blocked. Grazer did a lot of work here. Grazer did a lot of work here. Oh yeah, my internet went out. You should do it here. I was having quite a bit of internet. So what did I do here? I think I went... Oh, so I packed... So what I ended up doing was I ended up choosing to not play in Blood Moon because my opponent was playing the Rug Mana base. And I ended up choosing to pact for these two to get to play Grazer and haste it. I think this line was probably fine. I'm not too sure. I'm like not sold on it. Also get Valkyrie Super Vestige, pack for Dryad, play land, shoot something. Yeah, that might have been something I could have done. Yeah, so I went and... Yeah, so what I did was I grabbed Garrison plus Forest, and I played Grazer, and I put and I put Slayers in play. Yeah, so what I did here too. So this is what I did. So I went ahead because I wanted to pack for Grazer, and I wanted to haste my Titan. I think this might have been quite loose, but we were able to play around Blood Moon quite easily, so I think it was probably fine to do. Oh, I just... What? Am I missing something here? I'm pretty sure I hasted my Titan here. What did I do? What? Yeah, so let's put the finals, Alex. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. I remember hasting my Titan here. Okay, something glitched with the replay here. Because my opponent conceded. So I think what ended up happening is I believe what happened was I played Grazer, I put Slayers in play, I attacked with Titan, I grabbed T-West plus Snow Forest, and then I think I just naturally drew the Dryad for turn, and I killed my opponent from there. So I believe that's what happened with this. Alright. Thanks, Raven. Appreciate it. So, yeah. So here, we're 1-0. Going on to round 2. So round 2 was against Fabi 1. So this was against... what's the meme card I ran? The meme card was Orin Reef Hydra. This so Hydra's 4 green, treble 5/5, gets bigger when you play lands. So out of all the things that could have been put in my deck as for a misclick, this is probably one of the best ones, to be honest. So yeah, so this was against Fabi 1. The player was on Yorion Taxes. No blue splash, just mono white with Yorion. So yeah. Pretty decent matchup for us. This hand was pretty good. We have Karn Amulet, and we have turn 3 Karn with this hand. So this hand was actually pretty good. Yeah, and here we have a Dryad as well. So I think, yeah, so they Stoneforge, they went ahead and grabbed Batterskull, which is interesting. I think what I did was, I think I could have cycled this Explorer here. I think I chose not to. I don't entirely remember why I didn't do that, but opponent here got kind of punished for doing this. I played a little loose here, to be honest. I left the bounce end in play. I think, or no, at a different point, yeah, so I think here, I actually left the bounce end in play. So, in the scenario, I think how I did this may have been incorrect. I think what I should have done was I should have explored and just played at the field. Or, here, how do I do this? I think what I should have done was I played Karn. I then what did I do? Because unfortunately there's it's not Ovenwall Hydra Badger. It was Ordinary Hydra, but Ovenwall Hydra is strictly the better Hydra to be playing an amulet. So I think what I did was I think what I should have done here was I should have just played Karn, and I should have played the field. I should have let the mouse in play. Because now if I draw like Titan or something like that, I'm gonna be in a much harder position to cast Titan. So me putting the mouse in play, leaving the mouse in play was super loose here. Yeah, I just upticks here. I didn't do anything. I'm not entirely sure why I did this. So here I don't believe I blocked with the Dryad. I think I just let the Karn take 4. They feel my bounce ends, and so now I'm like super behind. Like I'm now exploring, and I'm like desperately looking for bounce ends. I went ahead and uptick on the battlefield here, just to try and at the germ, and then I blocked the Dryad. I think there might be something better I could have done, but I'm not entirely sure what. So they Flicker Wisp, they get rid of the Karn, they Flicker Wisp, they Violent, they Flicker Wisp or Flicker Wisp, and then they went ahead and just got rid of the Karn. So here, I believe I just played the second Karn, and I went ahead and grabbed Ballista with this to answer the 2 Flicker Wisp on the following turn. Just because in this matchup, a lot of the way you lose is these creatures like Flicker Wisp, where you're just not able to answer them, and they just clock you. So being able to answer these Flicker Wisps, I think, was actually super important. Yeah, so here they just went ahead and killed the Karn. So yeah, so now I just played Ballista. I said go. They went ahead and played Displacer, which is interesting. My opponent chose to blink the Displacer, use the Displacer right away. I'm not sure about this. I tanked for a little bit here, just deciding whether or not I wanted to shoot the Flicker Wisp or the Soulforge. In the end, I just went ahead and shot the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, so now my opponent has a 5/5. I'm getting a pretty awkward situation here. I get Vestige. I'm now able to Titan. And I believe what I did here was, I hastened my Titan. I don't think I bothered playing around Path here. I misordered my triggers. Didn't really quite matter because it's picking up the Snow Forest. What? Okay, there's something wrong with these replays. I'm not sure what's going on with these replays here, chat. Did my internet go out here? I don't think my internet went out here. I don't believe my internet went out here, so I'm not sure what's going on with this. Yeah. Huh. I think what I ended up doing here was I think I hasted and I ended up playing a Dryad post combat, I think, to shoot something. I don't quite remember though. Because I know for a fact I didn't click through this. This is really weird. I'm not sure what's up with that. But I ended up killing my opponent afterwards, so... Okay, it looks like I clicked out of the replays. So again, so this was game 2 here. For sideboarding, I believe what I did was so I got the Hydra out of my deck. I cut an Amulet. I cut some Saurians in a pack just because I was more or less following a cyber guide here. I think the main reason for this was because I think the reason I cut the Amulet in the pack, I don't agree with cutting the Amulet. I think this is probably a mistake. Cutting pack makes sense though, just because of Arbiter. It's just super awkward to play around this card, like play around Arbiter and Mind Sensor. And I ended up bringing in the one copy of VE. I brought in the Dismembers, I brought in the Rex Sage, and I brought in the Force. I ship that. I ship this. We keep this. Of course, drew the untapped land because, whitelisted. My opponent plays a Stoneforge Mystic. We play second Amulet. We play Castle. We say go. My opponent, go ahead and play Skyclave. That's fine. We draw Dryad, which is one of the best draws in the deck, of course. We play Dryad, and we pick up Cavern. We play Dryad, we play Cavern, say go. They path our Dryad. This was a punt from my opponent, but I'm not sure about the line from our opponent. Yeah, so then here, I just went ahead, cast Titan. Now, I think what I did here was I changed for a little bit about whether or not I wanted to... Yeah, so here, I just chose to not play around the... I chose to play around Path just because, like, they had 3 cards in hand. With them spewing the Path on the Dryad, I figured it was pretty likely they had a second one. So I ended up choosing to just grab Field plus Teleria West. And of course, we hadn't made a land drop yet, so I was able to transmute for a second Pact. Or the first Pact here. So here, my opponent suits up a really large Battle Skull, and of course, I just jump with the zombie. And at this point, I just went ahead and chose to. So one thing about here is, so I had 2 options. I could have I did tank for a little bit here. So what ended up happening was, so I had 2 options. We could have gotten Dryad and wiped their board. Or we could have played Second Titan. Trigger well challenge the blade versus 4 cards later. True. But yeah, so I had 2 options here. I had the options of getting Dryad and trying to shoot their board, or just getting Second Titan and just doing that. And so what I ended up doing is I ended up just casting a Second Titan. The reason why I did this was because we only have 1 Valk in the deck. And once we do that, it's gonna, and with this active Ghost Quarter, we are realistically only gonna be able to answer one thing, and we're not going to be able to go for lethal. So in this position, I chose to just play Second Titan, flood the board with zombies. They're not going to be able to beat it. And so that was what and so that was the line I ended up going with. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. Yeah, I got Vesuva plus TOS. They shot the Vesuva, which is interesting. We made a bunch of zombies. And then I just went ahead, got Second Titan. I cast it. I then believe I transmuted post-board. transmuted, then yeah, they just conceded to this. I think. I pretty sure I. All right, yeah, I'm pretty sure I cast that Titan, which is weird because they hadn't made a land drop yet. Yeah, there's something wrong with these replays. Like it's skipping a bunch of game actions. But yeah, so advancing to 2-0. So yeah, so let's go to round 3. Round 3 was against Sultai Uro. These were not very much. These were just really were not games. Game 1, as you can see here, we kept a very, very good hand. This is turn 3 Titan on the play. We resolve Amulet turn 1. And then I said, well, I drew Karn. I was like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and jam turn 2. Yeah, so here I just went Vestige. I played Bounce Lands, and I resolved turn 2 Karn. And then I believe my opponent actually conceded to this. Yeah, like they just straight up just conceded to the Karn. That's why you don't cut TOS from references to people. I understand Dom's reasoning for cutting the TOS, and I actually did like it. There were some situations, of course, when I was playing those lists where I would have liked to have a second TOS, but for the most part, I actually really understand the reasoning, and I think it makes a lot of sense. TOS is a pretty awkward land in the deck, and with Dryad, you're not chaining Titans anymore, or at least not as much as you used to. So the incentive for having TOS in deck kind of goes down a little bit. Like, there's a reason why we cut the third one a long time ago, and I think the second one actually makes a lot of sense to cut. Yeah, so my opponent just conceded the match here. Game 2 was essentially the same thing. Sideboarding wise, we cut the Radiant Fountain, the Radiant Fountain and the Hydra, and we brought in the Bog and the Cavern. I left in the Ghost Quarter. I think I probably should have brought this in over the 4th Grazer, just because you do need a way to answer the field. I wasn't entirely sure what my opponent was playing by them leading with turn 1 River of Tears. I assumed it was Sultai Uro. We didn't actually find out until this game. But, yeah, so I should have brought in this Ghost Quarter. Yeah, so we keep this hand. This is turn 3 Karn on the play. My opponent goes turn 1, but also Multi 5 as well, so they were not having a great one. Yeah, so here I went Explore. They gust it for some reason. We Stirrings, get the one thing off of that. Said go. They played Field. I played that. I fetched Breeding Pool. I jammed Karn, because Karn is typically what we want to do on the open mana turns, and they just conceded. So, yeah, easy 3-0. Round 4 was against Baylord. This opponent was on Oops All Spells. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and play this out. So this hand here, pretty decent hand. Like, we are going to go turn 1 Grazer, turn 2 with Valakut. We have Explore to find lands. And I actually did goldfish them, I believe, beforehand to see what they were on. And they were on Oops. And so just because we have a pretty quick card on the play, so that was the reason why I kept this hand. Assuming that they were Oops spells. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so here I cast Explore looking for land drops. We found it. We played the 2 lands, said go. And then here, they did not kill us, which is great. They played Talisman. I went ahead and played Karn. And now, this right here is a situation where having Crypt is better than having Cage. Because if they had Blackland plus Simeon, we die next turn. And so, but because of us having the Torment Crypt, we didn't die. So this essentially left our opponent with a 0 adder. Yes, then they play land, they pass back. I play land, I packed it, I cast Titan, we won the game. All right, game two. Game two against Upsal spells. I brought in the 2 copies of Force of Vigor. My Rumba, I can see kind of is where if you want to tap it, make it hard to get tightened. Yeah, that's like fair. I still think that Gussing the Explorer was not entirely correct from our opponent. I have with Hidden Crypt. I think both are fine. But I think if you're going to be having just one, I am taking Crypt every time. So here for sideboarding, yeah, we cut the one Hydra and we cut the and we start the Ghost Quarter. Yeah, I agree with Freed here. But I brought in the Ghost Quarter and I brought in the Forces and we cut the Hydra and 2 Explorers. So here I actually spewed. I killed the hand with Force. I think this hand was like pretty reasonable just because we had the Force, so it was pretty easy to kill our opponent when they go off. And also mull the 4. So with them mulling the 4, it was I think pretty fine to keep this hand. Yeah, so they play Caverns here. So here they play Prism. So here I should have forced this Prism because like they were so low at resources. It was definitely I think it was 100% correct for me to shoot this Prism. I ended up saving this Force to try and blow them out, which in hindsight I think was incorrect. Yeah, I played Castle or I played Dryad. And then I just played Valakut. This was wrong as well. I 100% should have just played Ghost Quarter and shot this. I played this game super, super loose. But I just didn't get punished for it. So, like, here I should have played Ghost Quarter and just strip mine the Black Source. So, yeah. So, like, I should have Ghost Quartered here, forced this Prism in their upkeep, and that would have just bought me infinite time. But I chose not to do that for some reason. I got super, super greedy and just went for the Force line of being able to blow them out. Yeah, so here they went ahead, cast Spy. They flipped over their deck. And so here I went to, so I let the Chills resolve. And then my opponent did not play around Force of Vigor. I tanked a little bit here just because I was trying to figure out how I can play around this. And because so they went ahead and got my Salvage Titan after all the triggers had resolved. This is where my opponent gave me an out to win this game. Because if my opponent had activated Salvage Titan with these triggers on the stack, I would have lost this game. Because I would not have been able to force these swords. But now, because of this, my opponent just cannot win the game. Yeah, so now here, I play my land, I shot their things. They went to equip. That's fine. They attack. I fetched. I shouldn't fetch her either. Like this, like I made a ton of loose game actions here. Yeah. So here I shot their face. I pacted and I won the game here. Yeah, so this back that in here. You want my best thing? Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I should have just like I made a lot of game actions that were necessary, and I just got rewarded for it. All right, so at this point we're 4-0. And so here, round 5, we got paired against Ice Nine. For those that aren't aware of who Ice Nine is an interesting fellow. Ice Nine is the guy who has been playing Red White Land Destruction for years now. And we somehow managed to meet them at 4-0. And so, yeah, that's what happened here. So this is actually a really, really interesting game. So I kept this hand here. This hand was was your second amulet. Like, this hand was absolutely insane. I believe I just went ahead. I didn't bother playing around Mana Tithe. Like, they Mana Tithe the amulet. That was fine. Like, we didn't really we just went for it. I just did not care. I played the amulet. I said go. I played force player on second Mana Tithe. They Stone Rain our forest. That was fine. And then here, I just drew another amulet. As I do. I then chose to just play the Karn and just resolve Karn. I could have played Grazer to do something else here. I may have actually played Grazer here. No, I didn't. And then I upticked here because they play 2 copies of Bolt in their deck. So one interesting thing about this game in particular was I actually use my Grazers a lot in this matchup as rituals. The main reason being is because by just getting lands out in play, it's a lot of times it's just not gonna be able to do anything. With having double Amulet in play and just having the one bounce end, a lot of time when you're just able to just like ritual out things and just exactly right. But in this scenario, I just use my Grazers as ritual effects with my bounce ends to try and just make all their like land attraction effects just null and just not do anything. Yeah, so they just went ahead, cracked, said go. I got Coding here, I believe. Yeah, I grabbed Coding. I played Bounce Land. I played Coding. I said go. I probably could have just played Forest, but that doesn't play or Mana Tithe. I Coding their land, their upkeep here. I Stone Rain here. I shoot this. I uptick on it, and so this was actually the one time in the whole event I drew the Hydra, and the Hydra actually put in a little bit of work this game. So here I went ahead and, like I said, I used these Grazers as rituals. I put my bounce land. I made 4 mana. I then play my Grazer, and then I play my bounce land again, and then I cast the Hydra. Yeah. Yeah, so here's the Hydra, and like they just were not really able to answer this thing. This thing grew very, very quickly. They played Ghostly Prison. Here, I chose to... I tanked for a little bit here, and I ended up just, as you can see, guys see here, I went in ahead, and I believe I actually cast the Titan here. Yeah, so here I just cast my Titan. This playing our Mana Tithe by having 1 extra mana. And then I went ahead and grabbed 2 land. I went ahead and grabbed Forest with Vestige. And I made it so I was able to play EE on 3 by also playing our Mana Tithe. And so I was able to enter this Ghostly Prison and get in with the Hydra. And then, of course, we attack number 10. This was literally all the Hydra did all tournament. They then bulked our Karn. That is fine. They crack it. They oust my Hydra. That doesn't matter. I missed lethal here. I should have just played Slayer Stronghold here because I could have gotten Boros Garrison and just pumped my Titan and won the game. So I actually did miss lethal here. But it just did not really matter. I got Field plus Valakut. And I think they just scooped to this. Yeah, they go to 1. I could have killed him this turn, but they just pack hit him. So game 2. With sideboarding, I believe I sideboarded like this. So I ended up cutting on Dryads because Dryads like not that great in this matchup. I chose to have the Grazers over the Dryads again, using these Dryads as ritual effects just because I just figured it was so important. And Dryads are because I know they have Boil in their sideboard. I've played against SI multiple times. And I figured Dryad just is not that great in the matchup, and so I figured I might as well cut it. And I also cut the Summoners pack. I also trimmed down on Summoners packs as well, just because like this card is just so awkward against them. It's really hard to make these work when you're so constricted on mana, and a lot of times it's easy to do that. I'm not gonna dry because you win Amulet. It's just a dry and play month in the turn. That's fair. But I think I just chose just to play on the axis of not being blown up by Boil. And so bringing in cards, I also cut 1 Grazer, and I left in 1 Dryad just so the Valak wasn't a dead card. And so what I did was I brought in all 3 lands just to have more lands in my deck, and I brought in the Prestige and the Force of Vigor. I shipped that 7 just because just going land drop is not going to win you the game. I'm not sure why I kept this hand. I think keeping this hand was actually super loose. I'm not sure why I kept this hand actually. Yeah, I could not tell you why I kept this hand. I'm not sure why I kept it. What did I put back? I believe I put back another bounce land. Yeah, so they just went ahead, Sunrained us here. I drew a castle. I said go. They Sunrained our castle. We drew Amulet. I needed to draw exactly Amulet right there, and of course, in house fashion, I drew it. I drew Karn, which was a very good draw. We play Cataracts, he did nothing. We untap. I play Bounce Land. I play Rexage. I shoot the field so I can use my Karn next turn. They play Mags of the Tabernacle here. So, one thing to note about my opponent's deck is they have exactly 4 win conditions. Here's the Soren Suit. It's pretty funny. Yeah. Again, I played this game I think pretty loose, but I just never got punished. Like, it's pretty easy I think to play. Like you typically against this you kind of have to play a little bit tight just because of how awkward the matchup is. But like even then, like I just got super rewarded in a lot of these matches, and as you've seen throughout my last matches, and you'll see this in matches going forward, I got pretty whitelisted in a lot of my matches, you know, as we do. So here I let the Rexage die. I don't pay for it. I play Grazer. I play Castle. I play Field. I then resolve a Karn, playing our Mana Tithe. I uptick on it. I say go. What round is this? This was round 5. Yep, so here they pay for Magus. They play land. They play Suppression Field, which is a little annoying, but it was manageable. So here I paid for Grazer just because Grazer was allowing me to beat the Magus from protecting my Karn. Here, of course, I played my Titan. I knew I didn't have to play around path against them. I picked up my field. The reason I picked up my field that I had here was because I was trying to leave and play as many green sources as I possibly could. That is not what happens. Lithaniel thinks we should follow. Yeah, this was not what happened. I hastened my Titan here. Again, the replays here are being very, very awkward. No, I did haste. The replays are being very, very glitchy here. Because I know for a fact I did haste. Like, this is like the third time it's happened in these replays. Yeah, and like, as you can see, like, the replay just, like, stops, like... Yeah. Like, my most said is GG's. Like, I'm not sure what's going on with this. So, round 6 here was against Doom Switch. This is where I picked up my first loss in the tournament. And, yeah, it was interesting. I think I played game 1 pretty loosely. Game 2, it was awkward as well. But well, let's just go ahead and look at the replay. So here I ended up having a turn 2 Karn on the play. Nice dude. Yeah, so here I just went ahead, jammed my amulet. They didn't force it, which was great. They fetched Triumph. Pay land. So here I tanked for a little bit. Okay, the replay just... Okay, yeah, it was a little weird here. So here I chose to just go ahead and just gem my Karn on turn 2. Yeah, that's true, but Karn also just puts in a lot of work against them. So yeah, so here I picked the breeding pool. I put my bounce land. I gem Karn turn 2, and my Karn resolves. I grab a coding here. I chose not to play around Bolt. Just because they have a one of Bolt in their deck. And so I just grab coding and pass the turn. Being on the draw, coding is like a little bit worse, but again, having a turn 2 Karn on the draw is going to put in a lot of work this game. That's rough, Reed. So yeah, so here they play Uro. And they have their land drop as well. We draw Explorer. I play Coding. I shoot their White Source. I play Breeding Pool. I cast Stirrings, and I believe I found second Amulet off this. So here, I believe Doomswitch escapes Uro. Yeah, P grabs Half Out, and he escapes Uro. I coded their white source. One thing of note here is, okay, so I should go after a green source. Yes, but like they just fetch whatever it was. I focus on their white source to prevent them from having path more often because they have 4 copies of path. So that was why I was going after their white sources. So here I believe I threw a game 1. Here I chose to try and resolve my second amulet so I could Titan and just try and push lethal. But this was a misplay. I should have. Oh, that's true. I could have done that. Oh, wow, you're right. Oh, I didn't see that line. Oh, right. Yeah, no, you're right. I could have, yeah, so we minus, we minus, we play Amulet off of Growth Chamber, we play yeah, you're right. I could have. And that would have, yeah, you're right. I actually missed lethal here. Huh. Well, shit. Yeah, I missed that. So, yeah, here I ended up just, I ended up exploring. I then chose to pack for Grazer so I could play out my Titan. This here, like, it went significantly down here. Did you run streaming? True. Yeah, so I play out my bounce land. I use my Grazers as rituals again. Man, it really sucks that I missed that line. Yeah, so now I Titan. I haste it. I wouldn't have been able to Titan though, because on the last Grazer I would have only had 1 green, so I had to play bounce land. I'm not entirely sure why I did this. I should have just hasted here. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. Also, the replay just frozen. Alright. Yeah, so I end up losing this game. Listen to the replay, just bugged here. Game 2 was a little bit interesting. So, sideboarding for game 2, we cut the... I should have brought in the Ghost Quarter. I brought in the Bog and the Cavern, and that was literally... I cut the Hydra and I cut a Raining Fountain. So I kept this hand just because we had, again, a really, really fast Karn. Like, this is turn 2 Karn on the play, which is a lot better than turn... which is a lot better than turn 2 Karn on the draw. So yeah, so here I could have played Grazer to play around them possibly having Path, and that might have been the right line, but I kind of wanted to devote my mana. I should have just played Grazer here, though. This was loose. Yeah, so now I Karn. It resolves. I get coding. And I say go. I played Bounce Land. I believe I cycled Explore here. Maybe I didn't. Yep, I did. I played Explorer. I played Valakut. I played Bounce Land. I played Bounce Train here to play our Mana Leak. They fetch. They Growth Spiral. I shoot the Breeding Pool here, and I say go. And of course I attack with the Zen. So here they Ren, they get back Breeding Pool. I down to Cure and I get Needle to prevent this Ren from doing any more damage. And here I just develop my mana. And attack them. I hit their island. I shoot Breeding Pool. Or I hit Breeding Pool. They Growth Spiral. I shoot it. I attack them. I believe I have a Seal with Valakut here. Yeah, I did. The Ashiok, which was pretty fine for us. They minus on themselves. We find Stirrings, we cast it. We get back up Karn. I hit their island, I shoot the island, and I start I tank for a little bit here as to who I should go after, and I ended up going after the Ashiok. The Omnath. I believe I drew Titan here. If I tapped differently, I could have actually won this game on the spot. So what I'm doing here was I grab a list off of my Karn. So if I tapped differently, I could have actually won this game on the so if I had used my Bounce Land to cast this Ballista. Like, I'm trying to think what was the way. So I was supposed to leave red and white floating, and so if I done that, yeah. So I leave red white floating. Yeah, so that was the plan, but I didn't, because with these Grazers, I could have actually done it in a different way. So if I had left these untapped and I had used these Grazers, I could have Ballisted for 3. Shot the Ashiok, played on my Bounces, played Titan, got Slayers plus Sunhome, then on the attack trigger, gotten Garrison plus Bounce Land, and Sunhome my Titan and killed him. But I actually ended up missing that. Yeah, so now here I put my Bounce Land, I Titan, I haste my Titan. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I Titan here. Yeah, and they just concede to it. Alright, so go into game 3. This game was really, really shitty for us. So we keep the 7 like this. So we have turn 2 Amulet here. I believe. I don't think I drew a 1-drop. The untapped land. Yeah, I didn't. So I played Bog here. I believe I played Field here actually. Yeah, I played Field. I said go. They play Ren. This is usually how the game starts to go away. We play T West. they play mana up. I play Grazer. Doom Switch actually chooses to gust my Grazer here. Or no, he chose to manipulate my Grazer, which was actually super, super smart of him. Yeah, exactly, right? And so here I could have played Bounce Land the player on Mana Leak. As I should have. If I had just done that, I would have been in a much better position. And I could have transmuted for Cavern. Yeah, I misplayed this turn. Yeah, I did not play this. I did not play this turn correctly because I was supposed to Grazer, leave blue floating, play Grazer, and then put the Force and play up the Grazer, or maybe just bog them. Yeah, no, I'll still bog them up the Grazer and then transmute for Cavern. And that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't have Titan 2 turns. Yeah. Okay, I should have done that. The replay went on freeze here. Here we go. Yeah, so the Uro. So here, I believe I ended up spending my turn transmuting for Cavern, or I bogged them. I don't quite remember which. I think I bogged them and played Karn. Yeah. Yep, my Karn, they fetch, and they Hardcast Force. Yeah, so here I go ahead and I cast Dryad, and then I transmute for Cavern. They chose to Cryptic my my Dryad here. I play Bounce Land, I transmute for Cavern, setting for Titan next turn. My opponent here is also very, very close to ulting Ren. And by very close, I mean they're ulting Ren next turn. So at this point, yeah, exactly. Like, this is how we lose this matchup, right? So, yeah, they Growth Spiral. They put Fetch Land in play. They fetch. They Sanctuary. Or no, they don't Sanctuary. They just get Breeding Pool. And then they ult Ren. At this point, I just needed to not have Gust. Like, I just needed to not have Gust. Like, this was, so I play Cavern. I jam my Titan. If they have Gust, I lose. Yeah, and at this point, I just concede the game, I believe. I think I take a draw set, but at this point, I just scoop. Yeah, they shoot my Bog. I can no enter the Aether Gust, and then I just lose. So round 7. Round 7, I actually did not play my match. I got paired against Pygonti, fellow Moda Grinder, and so so one of the guys in the Discord I was in pointed out that I had actually gotten down paired. My opponent was X2 and had very, very bad breakers. And so I talked to them. I was like, hey, and I tried to, and we talked, and they ended up scooping to me just because I was very, very, very lucky to top 8 even with my breakers. Because my breakers were absolutely insane. So they ended up scooping me into top 8, so or not top 8, but they ended up scooping that match to me. And I'm very glad they did because Pygonti was on Belcher, and I was not going to win that match if they were on Belcher. Remember, you can get instant cards to crowns. Yeah, for sure, dude. What's that? I'm getting a phone call. Never mind, we missed the phone call. Apparently, Fran is streaming the deck with the Hydra. Oh my lord. Alright, so round 8. We got paired against Mason Grode, who was on Heliod. One thing to note about my opponent's deck, they were actually splashing red. So that was something worth noting. So I keep this hand with it being very, very landlight. I play Grazer, I play Balancing, and I say go. I kept this hand thinking, just hoping to draw lands because we can double Karn in our hand. So yeah, so here we draw Balancing, I play Dryad, I play Balancing, I pick up Forest. I say go. They play Heliod, I untap, I don't draw, but I play Karn, I get Needle, and I Karn for Needle to on Spike Feeder to shut them out of having any possible outs to win on this exact turn. So then here I just went ahead, I tightened. I grabbed Valakut, I believe I grabbed Valakut plus TOS here. Actually, no, I had Lethal here. I grabbed Valakut Vesuva, I shot them, I picked up Vesuva. Yeah, so they went to Coco here, looking for Apparition, and I believe they missed. Yep, they missed, and they died. Yep, so I shot them. Vesuva on land. My internet actually ended up disconnecting here. Like my internet went out, and I was having a lot of trouble this game. Yeah, and then eventually it came back, and I killed my opponent. So game 2 was a pretty interesting game. I keep this hand again on the off chance that so we have this member for interacting with the creatures. I have a Dryad, I have a Titan. All I'm missing is lands, and we're at pretty high upside to find lands we need, especially on the draw. So that's why I kept this hand. They play Sprawl. I draw Titan. I say go. They play Ranger Captain. I take a draw set. Yeah, so I believe that actually ended up what happening here. So I end up playing Bounce Land, I discard the hand size, I pitch a Pact here. And I believe in this game, the way I lost was to just the creature beatdown. Yeah, that's fair. So here they Blister for 2. Notice that my opponent name's red here on the Sprawl. So this gave me the idea that my opponent was splashing for either Boil or Magus in their deck. Looking at the deck list, my opponent actually did end up having 3 copies of Boil in their sideboard. So here I draw the land, I play Dryad, I play Fetch Land. And then I believe I end up dismembering this Walking Ballista here. The Apparition, they hit our Dryad. Yeah, so here I end up dismembering this Walking Ballista. No, I dismember this. I dismember the Apparition to make a 3/3, and then I block their Ballista, and then they shoot us. So my opponent actually could have saved or could have actually traded with this illusion. If they had shot the illusion and then pumped it with Pendlehaven, they would have been able to answer the 3/3. Yeah, so here I end up attacking here. I think this is wrong, maybe. Yeah, so the guys in Discord are convinced me to take the attack here. I was pretty skeptical on attacking here. And I think in hindsight I should not have attacked just because I get opened up to a lot of different things here. So here they mentor. I'm forced to dismember this Conclave Mentor. I go to 3. They have 1/1 Ballista. And now at this point, I just can't win this game. Because they're going to... Like, we just can't win this game anymore. Because I took the attack. Actually, no. The attack didn't matter. What mattered was because I dismembered I dismembered my shot down to 3 life. And so I couldn't answer the... this Ballista here. Because here they were able to uptake the Ballista. It goes to 2/2. Castle game. Yeah, I need to draw exactly castle here. But yeah, here I just concede because my opponent can go uptick, go, and then on their turn uptick again and kill me. So I need to draw a castle exactly this turn. Oh yeah, with sideboarding, I forgot to mention how I sideboarded. With sideboarding, I brought in the Dismembers. I did not bring in a Siege or Force because its cards are not great. And I brought in the Ghost Quarter as a way to answer... because having Ghost Quarter as a way to like DQ yourself in some lines does come up quite a bit in this matchup. Also, being able to shoot lands that have been like double sprawled or them having... Yeah, no, for sure, Freed. Like that's definitely some reason to mull that hand. And if I had just gone ahead and I'm not sure, I'm rambling here, but the Ghost Quarter being able to shoot lands with Utopia Sprawl does come up a lot in these sorts of matchups, which is why I like having Ghost Sprawl in this Ghost Quarter in this matchup. Do not know my words today. So here we kept the 7. We have turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Dryad with Karn. Hand's great. You never ship this hand. I play Sunhome. I play Sanctuary. I pick up Dryad. I pick up that. We're gonna play Sunhome. They say go. They apparition my Dryad here. I play that. I play Karn. Here, okay. So here, this is where things are a little messy. I upticked on Karn here. Yeah, it does come up. But what? So I tanked for a little bit, and I chose to uptick on the Karn. Just because I wasn't sure what I wanted to get with this, and I think I should have just minus right away. I'm just not sure what I would have minus for. I think here I was probably supposed to minus for like Boat or Ballista or something. I think I was supposed to minus for Ballista this turn. Yeah, so here they attack my Karn. They main phase Coco, they hit Apparition, I get punished, they take their Karn. Here I draw Grazer, not the draw I wanted to see, I wanted to find a Titan this turn. I played a Bounce Line, I think I played the Boros Garrison. Or maybe I don't think I don't remember which one I played. I think I played up the Gruul Turf actually, or the Gruul Champ. Yeah, I played Garrison. Then I picked up a land, I replay it. I pass the turn back here. They fetch. They play Elf. They pass. They represent Coco. I need to draw Titan this turn. I play Stirrings. I find Teleria West. I play Teleria West to hope to transmute it for next turn, so I can Titan the following turn. But then I put in place Coco and I lose. Yep, they find Heliod Ranger Captain, and now I'm just dead when they untap. Those were the original pun I missed. I know. So that was the Swiss portion. So that last match was pretty rough, but we ended up taking them back down again in top 8. So yeah. So in the top 8 here, so top 8 was here. Let us pull up the top 8. So top 8 here was it was Blue-Red Prowess, Banned Stoneblade, 4-color Omnath, Amulet, Dredge, Knight Heliod, 4-color Omnath, and Amulet. So here we ended up getting paired against Punt. It was actually kind of funny knowing that Punt was actually one of the people who first coached me when I played Amulet, and now we're here playing top 8. You know, playing against the guy who coached me. Like, you know, it's a nice story. You know. But yeah, so here we play against Punt. Let's take a look at it and see how it goes. So again, knowing he's on Amulet, I ship this hand knowing it's not great. I go to 5 because in the mirror you need to keep really restricted hands. They play Amulet, I play Vestige, I Stirrings, I find a bounce land. And then I believe he actually just kills me this turn. Yeah, he plays Amulet off blue, he packs for Grazer, he plays Bounce Land, he packs for Azusa. Yeah, and then he casts his Titan and then I concede. Game 2. Something like that for you. Yeah, something like that. So here, I keep this hand. We have turn 1 Amulet. We have Stirrings to stick for a bounce land, so that's why I kept this hand. Also worth noting, Punt lost to 5 in this game. He lives a Growth Quarter. I get my bounce land. He plays Green Pull tapped. I fetch. I get Breeding Pool and tap. I draw Force. Great draw here. I play Garrison. I play Dryad. Then here I sit here and tank for a little bit as to whether or not I wanted to play the second Dryad, and I ended up choosing to. So here he plays Valakut. I play Garrison. He goes quarters me. I'm okay with this. I float the mana. I pick up the land. I replay the land. And then I proceed to resolve a Karn, and I get coding. At this point, the game is basically over. There's really no way he's going to win this game. I play Vested. Yep, I shoot. I attack. I should try to force here. But yeah, he just concedes here. Game 3. So game 3, I kept this hand just because. So we're on the draw, but this is a. Yeah, exactly right. Like, to be fair, like he had the Ghost Quarter there, so. Yeah, so like he was not winning that game. So here I keep this hand knowing that this is going to be a turn 3. Yeah, a turn 3 Titan on the draw. So that's why I kept this hand. Again, Punt also mulls the 5, so rough beats for him, but it is what it is. He Stirrings, he finds Gruul Turf. Yeah. I'll play Grazer. He plays Amulet. He plays Bounce Land. He explores. He plays land. I play Azusa. I play land. I play Garrison. I pick up Forest. I say go. He plays Forest. He plays Dryad. I fetch. I get Breeding Pool. Here I play lands. I then tank for a little bit here, and I choose to grab Ghost Quarter plus Bounce Land. I pick up my Bounce Land, and I replay it, and I play this Valakut as well. So here, he chooses to Transmute, and he actually gets Bounce Land, which makes some sense to me. And he picks the Bounce and plays Slayers. So here this was very, very loose of me. I should have 100% helped this Ghost Quarter because he could have punished me very, very easily. The reason why I Ghost Quartered him was because I was playing around him having possibly a Beast Within, because I know Punt really likes Basuva. Yeah, so that's what I should have done. So that was why I did that. I should have just untapped, play my Titans, and just win the game. That's what I should have done. But instead, I was very, very loose, and I shot the Ghost Quarter. I am now opening myself up to just dying when he untaps, because he can play Bounce Land, give Valakut plus some other land, and kill me. So, yeah. So here, I play Titan. I haste my Titan. I attack my Titans. I grab Field. Plus Teleria West, I believe. Yeah, Field plus Teleria West. I grab Grow Chamber plus Teleria West. I pick up Teleria West. And I say go, and I tell him, don't kill me. He plays Dryad. He plays Bounce Land. He's gave me a fucking heart attack here. He plays Bounce Land. He makes some mana. And then he forces his own Dryads and concedes. Alright. So, round 10, we get paired against Mason Grode. Again, this was the Heliod player from the Swiss. And thankfully this time, things went a lot differently. We ended up winning the match pretty easily in 2. So here we ship that 7, doesn't do anything. We ship this 6, doesn't do anything. And this hand, we keep this hand's absolutely insane. We go turn 1 castle, we say go. So one thing to note in this match is my opponent they both in both games they kept hands where they had no turn 1 acceleration. So I was able to punish them quite easily. So me drawing the Grazer hero is actually a very drawing the Dryad hero is really, really nice. So now I just Titan and I kill my opponent here. Actually, I couldn't trigger Valakut here. But I resolve a Titan. I believe I grabbed Teleria West here. Yeah, I grabbed Telos with Valakut here, and then I set up to transmute for a falling turn in case the apparition of my Dryad. So game 2, I keep this 6, just because it's a slower hand, but I kind of liked how it curved out. I think in hindsight I should have shipped this hand, but I think this hand was alright to keep. We drew Vesuva, I played Razor, I played Bounce Land. Again, my opponent just does nothing for multiple turns, so... I play Bounce Land, I pick up the land. The Apparition of my Dryad, we don't care about this. We play another Dryad, I have a suit with her Canopy, just to have a redraw. Here my opponent plays Damage Sphere, which is a little annoying, but didn't really matter a whole lot. Here, I play Breeding Pool, I play Ghost Quarter, and I say go. I attack. I leave my Balance in hand just to leave my outs to drawing Natural Valakut. The Apparition, they hit the Dryad, we're okay with this. I believe here I crack my my Canopy. I believe here I crack my Canopy. I don't quite remember though. Yep, so I chose not to crack Canopy here. I play land, I say go. Again, the reason I'm not playing with my Bounce Hand to have out to T-West is because my opponent has the Damage Sphere in play, so the group does nothing. So here I take 2, they pump, I crack, looking for Dismember for Heliod. I draw Cavern, I play Dryad, I play Cavern, I say go. Of course, here I get insanely blown out if they have Boil, but I didn't think it was worth trying to play around Boil. They play Ranger Captain, they get Ballista, setting up for next turn. I need to draw Titan this turn exactly, and I draw it. So here I tank for a little bit to see if I have lethal. I play Titan, I get Valakut plus Vesuva. My opponent salts off in chat. Oh no, the Vesuva's gone. I go Valakut, shoot you, put you in a 9. I play Bounce Land, and then I Ghost Quarter myself and I kill my opponent. Yeah. So now I play Bounce Land, And then it goes Quarter myself, and I kill my opponent. So yeah. And then of course for the finals, we end up splitting in the finals, so we don't actually have a game in the finals here. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. For if you guys are watching on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and also remember this was all recorded live over by twitch.tv/House of Mana. Also remember to follow my Twitter at HouseofManaMTG, and also remember to follow the podcast. And if you are up to it, support the podcast on Patreon. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Take care, everyone.